Welcome everybody, this is the third episode in partial pre-creasing tutorials. So today's model is Brian Chan's Rei v.3. Now this is a great crease pattern to work on practicing crease pattern skills. It's not difficult, the pre-creasing is mostly straightforward, it's based on certain features which I'll show in a second, and it is pretty easy to pre-crease. So we're going to jump straight into it. So I've already got a sheet of paper here. I've already made the diagonals because this model uses the diagonals. Right, this model uses the diagonals. So I've made those. I'm going to colour in on the crease pattern and then we will continue. So we have done this and also on the paper. Now we also use the full diagonal. So we can go ahead and make that. I want to thank Brian Chan for allowing me to do this video, so make sure you follow him. The links are in the description, make sure to support him. He is one amazing designer and couldn't be happier to do this video of his model. It's such a good design. Now we are going to look at what we can make next. We have diagonals. We have the horizontal. How do we know where this point is, or what angle this crease is, or whereabouts this is on the paper or here? So what we notice is, if you notice, we have this point that comes down, that would go straight up, that would come down and go straight up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's based on force. And the same again up here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make the full force on this, but only colour in what we actually need for this crease pattern. So you can either skip a few minutes, I'll have a time on the video right now that will tell you when to go to if you want, just to see what creases I've coloured in that you need to make. But it's entirely up to you if you want to make all of them. And again, be as accurate as possible when you fold or make these creases. It always helps. I'm actually going to change the pen that I used to colour in this paper because it's quite thick at the top of it. It won't be as easy to show the details. Right, there we go. So let's colour in the creases that we need to make at the moment. Now we have this. So I've coloured in orange the creases that we need for the crease pattern, and it's the exact same. Now we can basically start focusing on pre-creasing certain parts if you want, or yeah, probably the best thing, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, they're basically all squares. So you can just focus on each part on each square. So we'll actually, let me see, we'll do one more wee bit. But if you notice that this crease stops here, but if it were to go straight up, it would hit right this point right here. So then we can make this diagonal. So where this point goes straight up, we can fold the diagonal from here to here. So we're going to do that. And we'll also do it on this side as well, just to keep it symmetrical. Like so. And it looks like that. So that's what we have at the moment. Now we are going to focus on each part, each square at a time, and then we'll work our way up. So for this one, simple enough, we make the diagonal, and then we make two bisectors right here. So we'll do that. So we'll make the diagonal right here. And then bisector, bisector. So what we can do is make a mountain fold like this, and then fold it like that. This does it both layers at once, but you can do it of course one layer at a time, entirely up to you. I would also recommend one layer at a time, but because I'm doing this tutorial, I want to try and make it as short as possible to follow, but also as easy as possible. I really should have used a different pen than blue. It's all over my fingers now. What we use in that colour. Then we unfold and we have this. And if you can see, the exact same as the crease pattern. So I want you to do the exact same on this one, because this side is the same as this side. So do it again in this part. Now we have this, and it's the same on the crease pattern, so that is good. Now we can go on to the next two centre parts. Again we have the diagonal here, then we have bisector, bisector, and then a 45-degree crease, and then a line straight down. So we will make that first. So we'll go with the bisector, or the diagonal. And then we'll take this edge, fold it onto this edge, and stop halfway. And then we will repeat it again here. So take this edge and fold it onto this edge. Then unfold, and then final one, this edge onto this edge, and then just connect this point to this point. So again, we'll just stop it right here. So we have that. Now repeat what we just done here on this part. So like that. And I also forgot to say, and to make just this crease right here, the one straight down. So simply make mountain fold, and just collapse like that. There we go, and then the same here. And so we have this. Right, now we're going to work on this somewhat complex part in the middle, so do not worry, this is very easy to make these creases. And it's only a few steps to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to make this bisector right here, and then this one right here, and then we're going to repeat that on the other side, and then connect this point right here. So I'm going to make this the mountain fold, and then take this edge and fold it onto this edge. Then I'm going to stop it halfway, so right here, unfold, then repeat it on this side. So I'm going to make this the mountain fold now, and then this edge to this edge. then unfold, then repeat everything on this side, and now we are going to connect this point to this point. Like that. Now this is the fun part. So what we are going to do now is we are going to make this the mountain fold, mountain fold, mountain fold, and then make this the valley fold, and we're going to basically push this part all the way down so it makes these diagonals right here. And then we're going to divide this part into 4 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this. Make this the mountain fold, and this one as well. Yep, and these two I forgot to say. So we have this, and then we're going to make the valley fold. And basically bring this point together, these two creases, and push down like that. And then just crease firmly. So like this. And if you unfold it, you can see that we've made these two creases. So we're going to put this back in place, and we are going to divide this section into 4. So take this edge and fold it onto this edge, which makes the halfway mark, and then divide each of those two by 2 again, so like this. Just make sure that these layers are on top of each other, and try your best to line up. This pen has ruined my fingers. I thought it would be a good idea to use the thicker blue so it would be easier to see, but it clearly is not. Then unfold, then divide this part into 2 and this part into 2, or once more. And I'm just going to turn it around because this crease is a mountain fold and it's easier to fold a mountain onto a valley. The pre-crease. Then, if we look at it like this, can you see? Let me see from this angle, should be better. Yeah, so we have now got 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we unfold it, we have this. It's quite hard to see because it's not coloured in, so I'm going to colour it in and show you what we have. And that is what we have. The exact same as the crease pattern, although mine is not as neatly as drawn as this, but yours should be obviously much more accurate than mine. So now what we're going to do is look at more of the major creases in this crease pattern. So where this diagonal hits here, basically at this point, we can make a straight diagonal all the way down. So this is basically a half of a corner, this crease. So basically from this point to this point. And this crease we just made again is this one right here. So just like that. Straightforward, that crease. Now we have a gap. This gap right here. And what we can do is if we count, so from this line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can divide this section into 8 equal parts. So I won't need to show you how to do that. You simply take edge to edge and keep dividing until you have 8. And that's what you should have when you divide it into 8. Now if you look at the crease pattern, we see this crease right here. It's a bisector. So this edge to this edge. But how do we know where it stops? If we look where it hits the creases, that's the first crease it hits, then the second, and then the third. So it stops at the third crease. So we're going to make that. So again, this edge to this edge, and then where it hits the third crease. 1, 2, 3. I think it's here. I can't see on this side of the paper. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's correct. Like that. And let's see where it goes. So it comes down. We'll count from this way because it's easier. 1, 2, and then it hits there, and then at 3. So we'll do the 2 one first. So 1, 2, and then from here to here we make the crease. So 1, 2. Yeah, it's going a bit out of focus. So like that. And then you can't tell that this crease right here is completely straight. So it's a 90-degree crease. So make a point from here straight down. So I'll flip it over. And it's easier this way because it helps to see where the crease starts. So like that. Then if we unfold it, we have that crease. Like that. And now we can just connect the points together. So from here, let me just check the crease pattern if it starts there. Yep. So from here to here, and here to here. So again, just be careful when you make these creases. Well, just going to focus on toes and then like that. And if you look at the crease pattern and compare it to it, you see we have the bisector and this crease, and then the 90-degree crease, and then we also have the 2 horizontal creases. So that all this is done. Now what we can do is turn this around the right way. We can focus on this part. So we can fold this crease, which is halfway. So from where this point is, make a 90-degree crease here, and then also the diagonal here. So from here to here. like that, and then this point to here. Then unfold, so we have that. And I'll colour it under as well. Okay, right, I'm not going to show you how to make these creases because they're straightforward, they're all bisectors. So this edge to make this crease, stop halfway. Same again here, fold straight down. So we've basically done this part right here. So the exact same thing that we've done here, up here, and then this part is the exact same here. So do what we've done here, up here. And now once you've done that there, repeat everything that we've just done here on this side. And now we have this. And again, all marked off on the crease pattern, except up here, which I forgot. But anyway, we will continue. So I'm not going to touch any more on the top because it's mostly straightforward. You've got all the necessary creases you need. Again, just bisector, bisector, diagonals, and then you can make the rest from there. Again, these creases right here are also bisectors. So let me see, where's my tool? So we will do some on this side. First of all, we can make this straight diagonal because we have this point, which again is right here, and we have this one. So we can make this and then make this bisector. So we'll do that. So from here, here to here. And then we just need to make the bisector from this crease onto this crease to make the halfway mark. So probably easier just to do this. Like so. Okay, now what we have here is, for this part here, we have this, first of all it's all bisectors because you can tell it's equally divided into a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So this part's into 2 and this part's into 4. But we need to, this first bisector meets a fourth bisector. So we need to divide this part into 2. Then this part into 4, and then stop this crease where it hits this crease. So we're going to make this first. So hold it like this, make this the mountain fold, swing this up, and then we're just going to crease it right there. So just about halfway first. And then we're going to do the same on this side. But now we need to divide this part into 4. So I'm going to extend the middle crease longer up to where it hits here. In fact, I'll do it actually longer. Just so it's easier to make this other crease. Pardon me. Now I'm going to make this crease a mountain fold, the one we just made. And repeat it again, fold it up to this crease, and then stop it where it hits this crease. I think it's there, seam up. And if you unfold it, you can see that it stops right here. So that's exactly what we need. So I'm going to colour these in and then we'll continue. Okay, now we can do this the exact same with this crease, but I've already made the halfway mark. I don't know if you have. So we just need to make this crease and stop it where it hits the halfway mark. So we need to make the crease from here and stop where it hits this crease. So the same again, we make the centre crease the mountain fold and then fold this up. And then see where the halfway, it's right there. So like that. And now we can connect this point to this point, because we have both intersections on each side, so that allows us to do that. Then I'm just going to extend this middle one a bit further down. In fact, I already have, just need to colour that in. Right, so now we can make, let me see, I need to colour this in. So we've got a few more creases to make right here. What we can do is make this one. Again, this is just this crease onto this crease, and this is a straight line all the way up. So we are going to do that. We're going to take this bottom edge and fold it to this edge. And again, stop it where it hits this crease, so it's right there. And then basically we only need this point right here in order to make the rest of the creases. So how we do that is we make this completely straight line from this point straight across until we hit the diagonal. So I'm just going to fold this up. In fact, I'll do it this way actually, it's easier to see. So again, take your time, so like this, and zoom in. So make sure that this crease lines straight up with the rest of the crease, and the same again here. This line straight up, and then the crease starts from this intersection and stops here. So when we unfold it, we get this, which is the exact same. Where am I? Here. So now we just connect, make a crease from each of these 3 points to this centre. So from here, here, and here. I'm not actually going to make them, I'm just going to colour them in because it'll be easier. Like that. And then we are going to make a crease straight down from this point, straight down. So again, we are going to turn over this way. Let me see where I am for a second. I'm right here. So again, from this point, straight down. So make sure these edges are lining up, not like this, not like that, completely straight. And starting again from this point here. Then unfold. Like that. And then final crease we make from here to here, which I won't make, I'm going to colour in. So that's what you should have here. And if you're looking at the crease pattern, it's the exact same. I'm just going to colour this in. Should make it easier to see. So like that. Again, I won't show these creases, simple, easy enough to make. So you do the exact same, everything that we've done here, on this side. So that's what it looks like. Hopefully you got this. Now we're going to do a few more creases in the centre and then we're going to stop because I've shown a really good amount which will help you to make the rest. So let me see. For the centre we have bisectors, 4 of them, 4 sets, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 divisions on each side, so it's basically into 4. So we're going to fold this edge to this edge and make this halfway mark, only from this point to this point. I'm going to do that 4 times so we get another square in the centre. So like that. Now, oh yeah, I forgot to colour in here. Now we are going to make the halfway mark. So again, this edge to the crease we just made, but only make it about the same distance as this, because we are then going to make the bisectors on these sides and then stop it where it hits the halfway mark so we can make these creases. So I'll do one side first. So we're going to fold this edge to the crease we just made and make it a little more or around about the same as the length as it is. So like that. Now we are going to make the bisector, so I'm going to do it this way because it's the same on both sides. In fact, yeah. So first of all, make the diagonal, mountain fold, and then just bring this edge to this edge and stop where it hits this crease. just right there. So you stop it where it hits that crease, and then the same again on this side. Like so. Now do the exact same here, and then we will continue. Now we have this. Now what we're going to do is make 3 creases. So make a crease from this point to this point, and then this point to here, and here to there. So that's the first one. Then the second one, and the final one, like that. So just like that. Now what I want you to do is repeat everything on the other 3 corners. So now you should have something like this. Now the last thing I'm going to show in this crease pattern is you're probably wondering, what the hell is all these creases? How do you even make these? What are they? But if you look really closely, they are all angle bisectors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bisectors on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7. 6 or 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6. 1, 2, 6. But we'll figure it out when we make it. So what we do is, well, first of all, we'll make this straight square. Make this like the halfway between them. So we can simply extend this diagonal up and then down. So make a square. Basically making a square here. I'm just going to do it this way. So again, when you do it, make sure you are really precise. Like that, and then just connect from here to here to make the square. I don't know how well I'll be able to make all these creases because the paper gets extremely small at this part. So I'm going to try and do this quite accurate. So we have this. So basically how this gets collapsed is, you make the mountain fold on the diagonal, and then you open it like so. And this part creates the fingers for the model. If you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, which equates to 5 fingers. So we have 5 here, 5 here, so this is going to be the arm, and the arm with the fingers, and probably paper for the colour change. So let me show you what we have made in this. So we have basically made this inner square here. I'm going to try and zoom in a minute. There, won't focus. So we'll do the outside first. So we have 1, 2, 3 more bisectors, and then 1, let me see, 1, 2, 3 more on the inside. So we will do the outside first. So it's going to be quite tricky to show on this size of paper, but once you do this, just bring it over, and then take edge to edge, and unfold, then edge to edge. In fact, I'll do it this way because it's a mountain fold. Like that. Let me just see how far it goes down. So it's really tricky to show on this size of paper, so I won't do it on this. Pardon me. But if you notice, if you look here, pardon me again, it's a bit tricky to see, you need to look at the crease pattern for this. We have obviously the centre crease, then from this angle to this angle is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from this angle to this angle it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're dividing each part into 4. So let me just draw an example right on this bit of paper so it's easier to follow. So I'm going to draw the diagonal first. Let me just draw, let me see. Yeah, I'll draw it this way. So this is the diagonal, and I'm going to draw this line. So we have this, and then I'm going to draw the outer square that we made first. I'll draw it much bigger. So we have the outer square, which is this wee one here, and then I'm just going to draw the crease that goes through them. So we have this. So what I meant was from this crease to this crease we would divide it into 4, and then from here to here we divide it into 4. So again, I'm just going to draw it on as best I can. So that's the inside divided into 4, and then obviously this is going to be a bit more tricky. 1, 2. Oh god, I'm way off. I'm way off. Yep, ignore one of these lines that turns that one. Ignore that one. So like that. That is basically the creases you make for this part. And again, it's way too small to actually show on this or on a bit of paper, but that is basically that. So I hope that you managed to fold up to this part. It is not that tricky of a model. Most of the creases are 22.5s, they're bisectors. You just need to find out the main creases where you can start from, because getting these 4s allows you to separate the crease pattern in specific parts. Then you can work on each part. Even though it looks quite complicated, which it is, in a way, it's all about finding ways to break it down, make it more simple to look at and follow. And that's by getting the major creases, which they're so important in crease patterns. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out, and I'm not sure about part 2 yet. I have no idea how to collapse it, but I will work on pre-creasing this actually and then figuring it out to show you. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next